What's up, everybody? It's your main man, Killer B. And we got my co-host here, Jonas. And this is our first live stream on the Skate Jones podcast. Welcome, everybody. First thing I need you guys to do is hit that goddamn like button. Hit the like button. Yup, smash it right now. Like, hit that like button right now.
Don't actually like it, hit it anyway.
Yeah. Hit the dislike button and let us know why you mad. Let us know why you mad about us. Like, so I don't care. Hit the like button, hit the dislike button, whatever you want to do. But yeah, so we got a good video for you guys today, the review. Also hit that subscribe button if you're not already a subscriber. Right?
What are we watching today?
Huh?
What are we watching today? You didn't tell me yet.
Bad Boys Club, skaters from Uranus.
Oh shit.
Yep, I pull all the greats, yo. I pull all the killer videos.
Damn.
And there's more to come.
Crazy.
There's more to come. So let me get this motherfucker up here on the screen here. All right, share. You get right into this thing here. All right, here we go. There you go. 1989. 89. Now we're gonna see what 1989 skateboarding is all about, because there's a lot of people who see not to get it. And there's a cool part in this video. I'm not gonna play the whole goddamn video, but I'm gonna start off a skate park that I went to. One of the first skate parks I ever been to, if not the first skate park I ever been to. I'm trying to think. Like, yeah, this is actually the first skate park I ever been to. Magic Skate Park in Allentown, Pennsylvania. Unfortunately, it's no longer there. But I heard the skate park has been around since the 70s. Jonas, I don't know if you remember it, but I had a real shitty video. I mean, like, back in the day.
Yeah, way back.
The camcorders and stuff was like holding the VCR. It was like holding the microwave or something.
Yep.
So my parents videotaped it, and it was the horriblest footage I ever had ever. But I was scared of the park anyway, because it had the snake runs, and I never realized how fast you go. Like, you know what I mean? I wasn't used to shit like that. Like, you know what I mean? So it was pretty crazy. It was the first bowl I ever ridden. Well, not actually ridden, but like rode into. And it was like, actually, no, that wasn't the first bowl. The first bowl was the one that was up the street at the apartment building.
At the apartment
Remember,
building,
we used to get kicked out in like within 10 minutes, 10 minutes, and had to run for the police. Police run around the back, and we running out the front. Yep. Those are the days. So,
don't fall in that water.
Yeah, and it always had a puddle in the middle.
Yep.
So we had to try to carve around it.
Get around that shit.
Yep.
If you didn't, your feet were slimy, your board was slimy. Like, it ruined your whole day.
It was cool though, because like it was the only drain, partially drained.
Only one. That was it. There was
no other nothing close to that ever. I never see anywhere.
Nah, man, there still ain't nothing around there.
As far as pools,
yeah, none.
Nah, there isn't. But I do wonder, do they drain that pool every year? That pool is definitely still there. It got to be still there.
Yeah, that's a good point. I don't know. I ain't been up there.
I got to go check on that spot. I got to go check and see if that pool's still there. It got to be, because that was the main part of the apartment building. It was a huge apartment building with a pool in the dead center. Like, what else could they put there? I don't think they would fill it in with dirt or anything.
Nah, there's no point in like filling it in and shit. But
yeah,
I don't even know whoever lived in that place either. Was
that right?
People or something?
I know they used to cuss us the fuck out for skating in there. What the hell you doing?
We would get cussed out skating everywhere back then.
Yep.
It didn't matter where we were skating. Someone was going to yell at us.
Yeah. So it was expected, and we'd be like, all right, Joe.
Yep. For real.
We leave and come back a few minutes later and repeat the process.
Darth Vader pull up to shine that flashlight.
Yep.
Like, oh shit, time to go.
Yep. Time to go. Time to go. That's one thing we was good at that kids don't understand today, is that we don't like a lot of kids, they mess up spots. Like out here in Bridgeport, like the federal courthouse.
Yep.
That was the one of the dopest spots in downtown Bridgeport, and the kids would skate there during courts going on. So like everybody gets to see.
Yeah, that was
what all those marks on the ledges are from.
Yeah, that was the thing about skating, especially like the courthouse, any of the stuff down there, the red show and all that stuff. Hit it at night, skate at night. Everyone left the fuck alone, like,
or at least after hours.
Right.
When the place closes, Sundays are some of the best days.
Nothing's open. Like the Oomfie Bang back in the day. Don't go there during the funeral. They're using it.
And they didn't care about us skating there. They really didn't.
No, they didn't care at all. They was like, as long as you wasn't there during their business hours when they were like doing some shit, you just kept your head low, stay out of the way, go someplace else.
Yeah.
I mean, we had a couple spots that like you could hit back in the day where it was like, yeah, if I go there on a Saturday when the factory's not open, I could go out in the loading dock and shit.
Right.
Or like the banks and shit. Back in like the shipping area, you know what I'm talking about?
Right.
Honey Spot Road and all that shit. But try to skate there during the day and shit, like, yo, they're just going to throw you out. The cops are just going to come. You're just
or put up a fence or some other shit like they're going to put up to stop you from skating there.
Yep.
And it's not like they can figure out, like, why are all of our ledges black?
Yeah, whoops.
Yeah, what is all this stuff on our curbs? Like, you know what I mean? Like, they'll never figure it out unless they see it being done. And the kids didn't get that.
Yeah, one of them dumb things like, sorry, not sorry. You know, like...
Yeah.
Like, I'm not trying to fuck your shit up, but, I mean, but the funny thing is, too, because, like that dude get mad at you about the skating and waxing and shit. We're like, we wasn't talking about waxing curbs. That was normal. You ain't gonna be waxing the metal rail, though.
Yeah.
What the fuck you doing? Like...
Yeah, what the fuck you gonna wax a rail for?
Like,
know who did that? Right. Rollerbladers.
Yeah, exactly. Rollerblades, yeah. And like...
Rollerbladers get beat up for that. You get beat up for that. You got beat up.
When back then, they didn't exist. Like, when we were first...
True.
They all of a sudden, they popped up like a plague. Like, that shit was the hottest thing going for, like, 3.5 minutes. And that, like, Arlo Eisenberg, whatever that dude's name was, big old chops, who was an ex-skater that was like, yeah, rollerblading is easier. Like, well, no shit, motherfucker. Get back on the board.
No, we gotta talk about the right one and shit. We gotta talk about the right one. We gotta keep this shit funky. Luke Cox.
Yeah.
Not to throw Luke Cox under the bus, but Luke Cox, nigga, you gotta hold that L, bro. You gotta hold that L.
You gotta get on here. Yo, you gotta get
he gotta get up on here. He was the first extreme rollerblader.
Yo, calling some of you out. There's plenty of y'all around here. New Haven heads and shit need to be on here.
Yep.
Stratford
yeah. Real talk. Real talk. And I kind of like, I got to hold the L too, because I helped Lou develop that first, like, and I see him on roller skate. Yeah, the insert that they would take out the second to the black wheel, and it was like a rail. It was like a little block that you put into place of the wheel, so you could grind on ledges and stuff with it.
Yep, I remember that.
And Lou was the one that invented that. Lou was the first one to ever do that, and I was the first one to actually make the prototype for it.
Yep.
That was back in 92 probably?
Yeah, 91, 92.
Yeah, 91, 92. I was the first one to ever make that. And now they have those on roller skates.
Yep.
I was watching the girls were roller skating, like doing like grinds and stuff, and they had that plate thing in between the wheels.
Yeah.
I was like, oh shit.
Everything's going to advance and stuff. Like, it was weird because for a while, like, you didn't see anyone on roller skates for a minute. And all of a sudden, that shit started coming back around. Like, okay, yeah, if you went to the roller rink and shit. But other than that, it was like, rollerblading got huge for a minute. Like, huge. And then just disappeared. It didn't have the staying power and shit.
Right.
And don't get me wrong. I only knew a couple of them, and most of them annoyed the shit out of me anyway. I mean, one or two of the dudes are cool. I got no hate on them, but most of them were just like in the way and shit. Really.
Yeah.
When I was in the army, actually, we used to fucking me and my boys down when I was stationed at Fort Polk and shit. We had that crew to skate and shit. We actually had a rollerblade kid. He was from Brooklyn and shit, the Jamaican kid, and he was motherfucker. Just standing still on rollerblades, motherfucker, jump up damn near my chest height and shit.
Damn.
Like yeah, he could dunk when he took off his blades and shit. Motherfucker dunk like no problem. He got ups like craziness. Like it was like, fuck, dude, grasshopper ass. Like bouncing shit. For real, he would just be like,
yeah. That rollerblade shit. I'm glad that shit's gone though. That shit's all done with. I think there's still rollerbladers out there, but they need to go sit their asses down somewhere.
But it just didn't have the staying power. That's the thing with skating, like.
Or they all got scooters.
Oh, dude. See, that was the thing too. I don't understand. Like, scooter got huge, but we had like curb cruisers were better scooters. Remember that shit?
Yeah. Yep.
Like back in the day, because that's how that shit all evolved for me. Was like it went from BMX to skateboarding, and then everyone got a curb cruiser, just like everyone. One. Like
that is. I just had to think about that shit. You right. Yo, there's a video. I wonder if I could find that shit with Mark Gonzalez riding the curb cruiser.
Yeah.
Because Diamondback made them and Mongoose made them too.
Yep. They had air tires. They had fucking. You could ride them off road. I mean, he wasn't like getting a lot of clearance, but you could ride them on track and shit for like a little bit. Yeah, downhill. For those of you that don't know what we're talking about, there were scooters, but they're like half bike. Yeah. Half scooter and half a third bike, third scooter, third skateboard. Yeah, there was like a whole thing. But there was like you could do, but they had like you had something that had front brakes, and like you could had it set up so like you could do like endo tricks and shit out without just throwing a tire up. But I remember being Trevor Healy was on that shit for like a minute. Like him and I would fuck around and just like go up like let's go doing sets of stairs and shit like. Yeah, I did it. Breaking shit up. Yep. Those. I never had one though. I think you had one, didn't you? I had one. I had two because one of them I broke, and then I took one from one of the kids in New Haven. I was too fat for that shit because I remember getting on the motherfuckers. They would flex. I don't even know if I actually bought the thing or just kind of ganked it from. To be honest, thinking back, I'm like, oh yeah, whoops, I might have. But they used to have pegs on them and everything. Yep. You got. They used to do freestyle. Yep. Oh yeah. Do flatland on them. Yep. I gotta find some of those videos and shit. I gotta find those videos. But yeah, that stuff was around and stuff. But like, yeah, it's a lot of old school shit. Well, we're gonna show all the people all this stuff. So there's a lot of people that don't understand like where all this stuff is coming from. A lot of the stuff today, where it come from. There's a lot of kids now that are doing tricks and don't realize that we was doing this shit a long time ago. The same shit you doing. Yep. I will say, man, if you watch some of the shit that some of the dudes are doing now, like the top guys, like they're doing combos and shit where I'm like, yo, he just do a laser flip to late flip? Like, what the fuck was, like, how? Like, what? So I got to give, I mean, I'm not hating on anyone that's on top of the game and shit now by any means. Like, motherfuckers are good. Yeah. But a lot of the stuff, like, if you don't know the history, like, listen, Rodney Mullen still invented half your shit. Yep. I was watching Rodney Mullen doing flatland, doing half flip casters, doing fucking impossible. All this shit. Dude, back in the day, there was like, between him and then Daewon coming and fucking just laying shit down, like these lines, like, yo, oh shit. Like, that was like the ultimate, like, flatland type battle. And then it slowly kind of amped it up and shit from like just flatland to like, all right, little bit of bang to, I mean, eventually it's just like, I mean, they're all over and shit, but shout out to Rodney and Daewon for real. Definitely. And like, let's get into this shit. Let's get into this one. Let's get into old school shit. We'll bring it forward. Yep, for sure. All right, let's go. Where I wanted to start here. And there was another thing. I'm going to skip through the shit because this is what we did back in the day. We skipped through all the bull riding and all the half pipe. Yo, he did.
We went straight to the street. Like no shade on the bull riders. I think bull riding is sick as
There was
fuck.
no half pipes back then.
Yeah, we didn't have half pipes. We was on the East Coast. We didn't have that shit. And ain't nobody had no money to build no goddamn vert ramp. Right? We had little mini ramps. That's as far as it
Mark
went.
Leone was the first one that I knew that had a half pipe.
Yup. Shout out to Mark Leone. We got to get him up on here. Yup.
Yo, I think he's still building ramps and shit.
Yeah, he was
out in Cali or some shit.
Right. He was designing skate parks and stuff.
Yeah.
I gotta hit him up. I think he moved on to actual, like, you know what I'm saying, like real like houses and stuff.
Yeah.
Last time I seen it, but I don't know.
I remember a couple years back when I was in the Army, I was trying to I was working for the Navy at the time actually. I was out in San Diego. I was trying to coordinate and shit. But shit didn't work.
Yep. All right, let's do this. Let's get this into this thing. Old school motherfuckers. The pink striped shirts. There we go. Oh, what the hell I just do?
Oh shit. That part.
Magic Skate Park, Allentown, in the middle of fucking nowhere. You know who that is, right? That's Jim Murphy.
Oh shit.
Yeah.
Murph. Oh damn.
Yeah, that's Murph right there.
Yep.
And that bowl right here, it had like a runway. It was like a big ramp that you went down into the bowl. So that shit was like super scary, like being the first time to ride in a bowl, like really, and not knowing what to like. Hey, smack. And you come cooking down like you like, oh shit.
Yo, that is in nowhere.
Yep, you saw that airwalk. Jim Murphy was the first pro. Actually, he wasn't the first pro I ever seen, but he was the first pro I ever met and spoke to. With Jim Murphy. You remember that at Rick Surf City?
Yeah, because See,
were you there at that? It wasn't like a demo. It was just like he was just there chilling.
I think that was, I don't remember. I think I was there for like a minute. The one that I remember the most is obviously the one with Nadas came and shit.
Yeah, definitely. And I'm still looking for that Thrasher magazine that we in that ad with Jim Tebow.
The fence and shit. Yeah.
Yep. One day I spent hours on the internet looking for that ad.
Chris Miller, like one of them dudes, I remember picked me up and handed me over that dude to sign my shirt.
Yep.
You remember how little I was back then? Like,
yeah.
I probably weighed like 60 pounds or some shit. It was like,
yep. I won a Jim Tebow t-shirt, and I had a Nadas shirt that Nadas and who signed it? It was Nadas and somebody signed it. I forgot who it was.
Jim Tebow. Is it Chris Miller?
Was Chris Miller there? I think he might have been.
I think it might have been.
Mickey Reyes was there. Yeah. Who else was there?
It's funny because I remember aside from those top dudes, I just remember like John Terry or Keenan and them dudes, like dudes that like local dudes that were dope.
Oh, John Terry showed up Nadas.
Yeah,
remember that?
Over that fucking.
I went over the big ass janitor garbage can, not a regular garbage can, but the big janitor garbage can.
Yeah, the big janitor ones.
The big shit that you got in school, like when you in the lunchroom, you got to throw your shit away in the garbage.
Yep.
That big ass motherfucking garbage can. Nadas was trying to holler that motherfucker all day. John Dury, this is when the Nike Just Do It this came out. Remember when they did that ad campaign, Just Do It?
Yep.
And he had the keychain. He had the Just Do It keychain, like on a necklace. And he put the keychain in his mouth. I remember it like it was yesterday. And he just like did like one little push towards the garbage can and just like kneel down and just crank that motherfucker over that garbage can. I was like, oh shit. And everybody was like, oh shit, this motherfucker is out of that big ass garbage can and now it's gonna do that shit. John Terry was the shit.
That was the thing that like some of them dudes, like it was weird seeing, because back then, especially come on, it was Milford, Connecticut. It wasn't like we had a whole lot going on.
Yeah.
In the area and shit. Until just after that, when like honestly, like Connecticut blew up when Bruno opened the playground.
Yeah.
That's when Connecticut
Definitely.
like ramped the shit up because the amount of people that came out of that spot.
We had a dope scene. We had a dope scene before that, but
that's what I'm saying.
Shit wasn't getting put on the map into the playground.
Yep, it was invisible into the playground.
Yep, invisible.
Then later, and I mean, Connecticut CT Bike Escape just closed down. Or
it is closed. That shit was open forever.
Yeah, I just saw.
I thought they would never close.
I just saw a thing on Facebook that it was closing down and shit. I was
wow, that sucks.
Yeah.
A lot of good shows, hardcore shows.
I was just going to say, remember shows back in the day? Like, yeah, for real.
Yup. I wish you could have did something to keep that alive and shit, because that was a sick place.
Yeah, it was.
Yup, had a nice mini ramp and stuff. And that was that there before the playground?
It might have been. I don't know. It was.
I think it might have been.
Let's be honest. My memory is a little fuzzy.
Like, yeah. Yeah, definitely.
I'm like, because like even back then, like the shops, it was like, all right, first you had Rick's, and then you had that place up in Trumbull or Shelton, which I'm forgetting now.
The Trumbull or Shelton. Oh, Rad Rob. Rad Robs. Rad Robs. Yep.
And then
you had Sailways. Don't forget Sailways.
Yep, Sailways.
Sailways was in Milford too. Now that's where I saw my first pros. That's what really got me into like skateboarding. Like I had my skateboard, but I wasn't like really trying to like be serious. Thrashing came out and shit. That shit was dope. But when I went to a demo, we went to the mall and I wanted to go to Sailways and I saw I think I was BMXing then. I was really BMXing hard then. And I saw the quarter pipe. So I made my parents stop. And if I'm not mistaken, Roddy Mullen was there. Christian Asoy was there. Maybe John Lucero or something was there. Like, I didn't really know all the pros, but I believe Asoy and Roddy Mullen was there.
That's dope.
Yeah, it was dope as fuck. Like they was really skating. Like they were doing inverts and everything out of the motherfucker. I was like, yo, this is shit. And this one I had my blue. No, this is before everything, Jonah. This is before the King Cobra board. This is before I had a King Cobra. This is when I still had the plastic blue Veriflex.
Yep.
I still got it. I did a short on my other channel. I showed it.
I was definitely still trying to do freestyle then.
And that's when I first started skating the curb out in front of the house. Because I saw a half pipe. I'm like, I ain't got no half pipe. But I got this bullshit ass curb with like a little like bank on that motherfucker.
I remember loving that curb, like, and being like, yo, your dad's going to pave it. It's going to be the dopest shit. Yep. And then he paved it and it ruined the transition.
Yeah, it ruined the whole shit up.
And it was like, this is such a disappointment.
Yup. Yo, we always wanted to pave the top and shit, and they finally did that shit and fucked the whole curb up. Because they had a lip at the top where your truck could lock in and grind.
Right. Yeah, you could actually grind it. You could actually lock in and be like, catch good front side or back side or something.
And once they paved the top, it got rid of the lip so your truck wouldn't sit on it right. Yep. That was a long time ago. Hell yeah. Dude, we used to grind that shit. The curb used to spark. Because we didn't use no wax on that shit either.
Nope. There was no wax on that shit.
Nope. I don't ever remember putting wax on there. So to that dude that I was talking about, yeah, you need wax on the rail and fucking all shit. I'm like, motherfucker.
Nah, you don't. You don't. I mean, look. Hey,
it's called going fast.
I read the thread and the whole. I'm trying to lock in the blunts, and I was like, dude, I just couldn't see it.
I'm like, you trying to do what we was doing.
Right. Well, that was the thing, too. I was like, look.
I got 15 years on that motherfucking skateboard.
The whole situation, I don't think he would have been mad about it. But at the same time, I'm like, you know what, dude? You're going to get worked up over some shit on the internet? Like,
yeah.
You can go ahead and get mad, bud.
Like, I'm not going pro. I'm like, motherfucker, obviously for you skating, I can tell, motherfucker, you should know that too.
Yeah,
I like shit, we were skating better than that, motherfucker, in the 80s. On some real shit.
I didn't want
not to say like, you know what I'm saying, you gotta be a certain standard of skateboarder to be a skateboarder. Not saying that at all, but I'm just saying if you want to talk some shit,
yeah, like
I'm here.
If you want to talk some shit to me about like, oh, I'm doing this trick, I'm like, well, it better not be a trick I learned when I was 15.
Exactly. That's what I'm talking about.
Like
that's my whole beef with skateboarding. Because I got a beef with skateboarding. I'm not gonna front. I got a beef. I think it should be. It should have progressed way more than what it is today. Look at BMX. Look at what BMX has done.
Yeah, but
BMX is on a whole nother level.
Yeah, but the big ramp dudes are on a whole nother level. But that's all big ramp shit. Like, you gotta be.
You're not talking about the street riders.
Don't get me wrong. I'm not disrespecting anyone that gets to do that shit. But name one near you. Name one mega ramp near anywhere you know.
I don't know none.
Exactly. They don't like, and I ain't rich enough to live out wherever or build one or this, that, and the other. That's just, life's life. That shit gets in the way.
Right.
Fuck, for real. Like,
yep.
So I mean, I got to deal with what I got. That's part of it. That's why street skating was when you were saying we used to fast forward through the ramp parts. I didn't fucking see any ramps. I didn't give a shit.
Yeah.
It was funny until I started to like get later on. I started skating ramps and shit. Like, that's when suddenly like my skating was like, yo, you know what? Not for nothing, but I mean, for a minute, I was doing rather okay on transition, but I had a steady group. Yo, Chris Lacco, Cy, fucking Johnson House, Pat Malley, like all this. I'd be skating there all the time. At B17 was there all the fucking time. Even had a minute there where like Eastern Post got a little bit of my business, but then back then you also had like later on in that, like when I came back from the Army, I mean Skaters Island was still open, and I played like Twisters ramps and shit, like a whole nother level of like.
Jim Murphy owns Skaters Island, right?
Yeah,
I believe Jim Murphy did run Skaters Island. Yeah,
I know that. I know Twisters one that did the ramp, because I remember the ramp, like the mini. It is shit. It's fucking beautiful. He actually did the big run at the end of the Eastern Pulse there too. But then like that whole era was a progression era, because there was parks opened up. Like, come on, we put the first fucking petition in to get Stratford Ave skate park when I was in junior high.
Yeah, it was that like 87.
Yeah, 86, 87. So, and that shit got built in what year? 2000? 99?
Yep. And what they do, shit. It got put there, and now it was the most used facility in the whole town. And they just tear it down and not build another one.
Right.
And they build it up softball fucking fields.
Look, it's not like the town has never given a shit about the kids.
Yeah. Fuck them kids.
How much asbestos have you eaten?
Fuck them kids.
Fuck them kids. How much asbestos have you eaten from the baseball fields?
Yep.
You slide in that should be coming up in Little League and shit. Like, come on. Like, whatever. But that's also like the difference now between skating then and now is like, I'm not saying every area. Obviously, some areas are a little behind or whatever. But generally speaking, you can skate now and cops might not like it, but it's not like you're a criminal. Sometimes. Other places, like back then, you were treated like a criminal from the jump.
Yale University getting chased around by the fucking Yale police. Remember that shit? That shit used to be crazy. Like, they had nothing else to do but to fuck with us.
Nothing else to do but to chase us.
That was their job all day long, was to chase skateboarders. Literally. Yeah. What other calls they got at Yale University? What other calls they got at Yale University besides that?
That's because Beinecke was dope.
Beinecke was dope. Beinecke was dope as fuck. In the rail remember the rail slide curve?
If y'all motherfuckers don't know, now you know. Go find it.
Yep. Beinecke, find that shit.
I'll blow up the spot. I live in Florida. I'll blow up their spot now.
And that was like in Barco and shit, like in San Francisco back in the day. That was my
that was the thing. Like there was only a couple big spots like that around. Like think about back then. One of the biggest spots that drew people, fucking Odd Lot, McCrory's, Five and Dime.
Yep.
Have how many? We'd be 30, 40 of us at night. Skating one curb.
Skating one curb.
One curb. By the way, yeah, that curb was waxed to hell, just for the record. That curb had been waxed since like...
There was wax soaked through the curb to the goddamn foundation.
Yeah. That shit was like... It would rain and you would see the bubbles and shit. Like, that shit had been waxed so long. But that shit was waxed before us. That was the weird one, because I remember when we found it was waxed, and like we knew Jeff and them dudes.
Yeah.
You knew like the older dudes that were there, but like most of them were, a lot of them freestyle kids and shit. So it wasn't, it was weird.
Yep. There's a lot of like Flatlanders and stuff like Jay Brissett and stuff like that doing the Flatland. Yep. And like we used to skate that shit. And like a lot of kids, I don't know about the kids now, but I would say mid 2000, like 2010, 2012, around that time, kids didn't want to skate shit like that. You wouldn't see them sessioning the curb.
Nah.
Like they wouldn't even pay attention to that shit.
I mean, in 2012.
But now, a kid is session a curb. You see some kids out there now that are just about old school skating. Yeah. Which is fucked up that they got to go backwards. But they realizing how much fun that shit was, that era was. Oh, and how uncompetitive and how just like it was just about just having fun and being innovative.
It was like too, like as soon as you met other dudes that skated, you knew you had people that would skate with you. Like you were almost instantly friends. I mean, a few exceptions, obviously, but you know, and I was annoying.
Oh, you can't do that now. No. Back in the 80s, you see a motherfucker with Airwalks on, you knew that motherfucker skateboarding. You see it with Vans on, you know he rather rode BMX and skateboarding. Yep. And you was cool as fuck. Like you go on vacation to Florida or something, and like you going on a ride, you spot a kid with some Vans on, you be like, yo, what's up, nigga? Motherfucker, I got Airwalks and shit. Like you skate. Like, know what I mean? You motherfuckers is cool. Automatically, don't even know the motherfucking name yet.
And that shit just not the same now.
Yeah.
Plus, I mean, you know, people are different anyway, you know.
Yeah.
So.
Let's get in this video. Let's get in
the video.
Let me run our miles and shit. All right, let's go.
One thing I'm good at running.
Yup. That's it. Yo, and that shit's deeper than it looks. That shit's way deeper than it looks. That's like doing the Stratford banks. Like the bank the wall. That shit like riding a ditch like the size of that.
That was a big ditch too.
Yeah.
That was real big, yeah.
That shit scared the shit out of my ass skating that shit. I was like, God damn, I'm going fast as fuck in this shit. You know, we was riding big wheels, so we wasn't going slow at all. You was cooking.
And they was bigger back then. They was softer too.
Uh-oh.
Oh shit, is that Ron Allen?
You know this. Who was doing one foots like Ron Allen?
Oh my God, dude.
Who was doing one foots like Ron Allen? Who?
No one.
Let me know in the comment boards in the chat. Who was doing one foots like Ron Allen?
Yo,
nobody. I gotta back that shit up.
Dude, that shit was amazing.
Bow! Bow! Who was doing one foots like that?
Yo,
let me see somebody today do one foots like that. I want to see somebody today doing one foots like Ron Allen. There ain't nobody doing them. I haven't seen nobody since Ron Allen been doing them. Doing one foots like Ron Allen.
Not the way he did them.
Nope.
I seen one or two dudes that can do good Ollie Norris and shit, but not like that.
Not like that.
Nah, that's a whole.
You know what? To this day, the Ron Allen board, the 8th Street Ron Allen, was my favorite skateboard. To this day. And that was one of the first, that wasn't the first, but one of the first decks that had that upturned nose.
Yep.
It only had a little 4-inch nose. But once the noses got bigger, I couldn't do them no more. I couldn't get my foot above the nose for some reason. Because I used to do them shits all day on the bank. All day long. But after that, like when noses, like when I got that Red Dog and what I had after that and shit. I had the Dogtown Red Dog. Then I had what was that Jim Murr Red Dog? And what else I came after that? What was another? It was definitely another 8th Street building. I can't think of what it was. But
8th Street.
The larger nose, the board with this heel flip.
Gotcha.
I couldn't make it do it. I couldn't get my foot over it. The board would just flip. And I couldn't figure it out. And that kind of bummed me that the noses on boards got bigger. That's one thing I didn't like when the noses got bigger.
See, that's funny because I like when when noses got bigger, suddenly like, because remember I used to like dollies and shit.
Yeah.
And suddenly all of a sudden I was like, I remember one of the worst shits. I was nollying down this. It was like a 5 set. Wasn't big, wide stairs, but you had plenty of time for it. A good run up. It was at a school in Louisiana and shit. And then I down the 5 set. I'm like, I want to do it again. I want to try to like get a grab with it. Floated just a little bit too far forward. My ankle was like do. It was I was in an air cast for like weeks. That shit just
No, it's crazy too. Look how far up his back foot is on that deck.
Yeah,
on that board.
Yeah, because he was carrying the board with his back foot. Like there was a lot of control there that you don't realize how much control he's doing with that shit.
Yep, without a doubt.
Dude,
nobody to this day do one foot like Ron Allen. Nobody.
That was like when your boy, that kid that was like, he's like, oh, I've never seen black kids skate before. I was like, what rock did you crawl out from under? Like, come on, dude. Back then, you knew my shit. Ron Allen, and then later on, Sean Sheffy.
Yep, Sean Sheffy, Ray Barbie.
Yep,
Ron Chapman.
They were all over back then. But I just remember those 2 video parts to me was like, especially because he opened up with Spaghetti Western, like,
yeah, he killed it with that shit. He killed it with that shit.
Was like
that review coming. You know that review coming. You already know I'm gonna do that one. You already know I'm gonna go crazy on that video.
Gotta do Shackle Me Not. There's some later shit that you gotta do. Then you gotta do, like, we gotta do, Dead Up. You gotta do fucking like Welcome to Hell. You gotta do fucking Zero. Like, there's some videos back then that just crushed. But you know what though? Kids today get robbed in that shit because of the internet. Because you couldn't see clips. Yeah. Like now you can find dope clips all over the place. Don't get me wrong, it's all over. But then you had to wait to see like they edited it and add the music and did all. There was a better product because it wasn't put out instantly. Yeah.
And there was only 1 or 2 videos that came out each year.
Right. Yeah. You didn't give
a company didn't drop a video every year. Like a company dropped a video like maybe once every 2 years, maybe 3, motherfucker, if you're lucky.
Yeah, the most steady was that series.
Motherfucker might not drop one at all. Yeah, the magazine, that was it.
Yep.
The magazine, you looking at stills. That's how we learn how to skate. Looking at still
when
shot.
The video premieres at the skate shops and shit. Like, we're going to video premiere it here. People would pack in the shops to watch the new shit.
Yep. Matter of fact, speaking of Luke Cox and the rollerblades and all that shit, right? When I started Yam Skateboards, he brought me to. It was the world premiere of the first Burton snowboard video, and I was one of the booths at the premiere. I had a booth with Lou at the premiere. So shout out to Lou for hooking me up with that. That was the first snowboard. It was at the Knights of Columbus in Milford. Yep.
I remember when I came out of the service, he gave me a skateboard deck. The television one he had done with the splatter paint.
Yeah, I remember that.
And that was like the one thing that got stolen from my apartment.
I'm about to say that shit. Somebody stole that shit.
Yep. When the apartment got robbed, I was so mad. I'm like, look, if all the shit you guys motherfuckers take, no one here skating this shit.
Yeah, right?
Like, I know none of y'all are going to be fucking riding the fucking, I was so mad. He was like, I saved this deck for you. I'm like, I know you appreciate it. I'm like, hell yeah.
Because remember the Magician deck? It was a wizard. I think that's the one I had. I had the novel board with the magician
This
with the
wasn't the
wizard.
wizard. This was just a television with like the splatter paint was like the screen static.
Right. Yeah, I remember that. That was like one of his last boards, like he did.
Yeah.
But I'm talking about the old joint that had the wizard.
The wizard at I remember going to Nava. I was so mad at the time because like he had to like he was like deck like 4-2 whatever it was.
Yeah.
And then Rick was like, I'm selling his board cheaper than he's selling them. And I was like, you're a dick. Like,
oh no. It was Skater's Edge then. Was it Skate? That was the name of it, Skater's Edge? Or was Skater's Edge in Fairfield? No, I think it was called Skater's Edge too. It was a skate shop where the Nava headquarters were before it became Nava Skateboard headquarters. It was a skate shop. And they used to have price wars with Rick's City.
But I remember when I went, because we went from, I remember I took the train up to Milford, because he had that little spot downtown where he
over the subway. Over the top of the subway, on the second floor.
Subway. I went there and I got the deck there. I got a blank from him. And then I had to go over to Rick's to get grip tape.
Oh, he gave me some shit.
And Rick was giving me shit. It's like, why the fuck did it? And I'm like, yo, man, the money went right to him. He's like, but you could have got it here. It was like Nava sold. Lou was selling for like 42 out of
Yeah.
But Rick was selling for 38 because he's buying the bulk from him. And I'm like, that's kind of not the point though. Like, yeah, I spent four extra bucks. Okay, I don't give a shit.
Yeah.
Like, you're not like, because that was the one I turned into the. I did this Yosemite Sam on that shit.
Yep. I remember that shit. The price wars and shit they had and shit.
Yep.
But I remember I went there with my mom, and those motherfuckers was shooting up in that motherfucker. I guess they was shooting up in the bathroom or some shit. And my mother saw something. She saw some shit. She's like, we ain't ever coming here this motherfucker ever again and shit. And that was my last days to go in there. Until like Lou started Nava there. But it was a skate shop before Nava. Nava came afterwards.
Yeah.
No, it came after it. It came after the skate shop. Because I want to say the name of it was Skater's Edge.
Maybe.
Because this is when Cries was over there. Cries used to ride for Nava. For y'all don't know Cries, look up Berserk. Yep. He's an ill-ass graffiti writer and shit.
Yeah, for real.
He showed a picture in Father Panic Village of a Cries piece on the side of the wall of Father Panic Village project.
Yep.
The other day, I was like, "Oh shit, that's throwback right there." I'll tell him, I was like, the first time me and Jonze saw a Cries fucking piece and shit, you went fucking crazy. You like, yo, this is what we doing right here. But fucking, we fucking up shit. Getting that paint, going to town fair, getting that paint, we fucking up shit. Yo, yeah.
Yo, people, some of the wrong people going to see this, like,
yep.
Like, I know damn well I arrested that kid a couple years later. Like,
all right, let's see this video. We can never get to this motherfucker. Yo, he killing us 1 foot, so. Look, airwalks.
Airwalk.
Yep. He was one of the first persons I see do Ollie Shovits. Look, 360 Ollies. What? Come on, y'all. Look how high this motherfucker was Ollie. But those H Street boys have some big ass tails, yo.
They're big ass tails. They're good concave.
Yo, those H Street boys, yo, those tails are steep as fuck, yo. They don't even make skateboards with tails like that, no.
Nah.
They got boards with steep tails, deep concave, but not that hell concave. Hell concave.
Yep.
Hell concave. Hell concave. Hell concave.
Yeah, Tony Magnus and then H Street.
Yup. Oh, this is my dude right here, Dave Crab. Look at those airwalks he wearing.
Yep. Yo, Ian and I were just talking about the airwalks and shit.
Yup. Yo, he killing this shit. Look, that was a no comply power slide. Shifty.
Well, get down.
What's dope about reviewing skateboarding, you never get a copyright strike on a motherfucking song and shit, because nobody know who none of these motherfuckers.
No one knew who anybody was. I remember trying to find some of the stuff like years and years later, being like, all right, like, yeah, I found out like it was like, yeah, The Cry, they only put out one demo. They had actually recorded the demo for the skate video.
Yep.
They never did anything. And I was like, it was my favorite song. I'm like, I need to find this one song from this one video.
Yep. I used $1 on a platter. It really doesn't matter.
Yeah.
That was me and Jay Grant shit right there, yo. $1 on a platter. Who part was that, yo? $1 on a platter on the H Street video.
Oh,
that was all. I forgot that motherfucking name. Oh, we'll get to the video one day.
All right, yeah.
Wait a minute. I think I know what you're talking about. You gotta get up. You gotta get happy. Well, I am digging the scene. So what you're saying is, you gotta let your body move. Don't forget to groove.
Slap the tail slide. Now look at this. Where we see that? Look, all the kids trying that today. All the kids trying that shit today. What's the date on this video? 1989.
Yep.
10 years, 8 years ago, 10 years ago, you wouldn't catch a kid dead doing the lip slide, the motherfucker hurricane or hurricane grind, period. They didn't even know what hurricane grind was.
Slowly out there, clap your hands and stop your feet. We gotta be to you. Feelings like a train, we gotta be. So now, stop sitting on what you gotta do.
Life's the beach.
1, 2, 3, get out, go on, get happy, get up, 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 get out, go on,
You know, that's my favorite shit right there.
Yep.
You know, that was my shit right there.
get out, go on, get happy, get up, get out, go on, get happy, get up.
Yeah, holding it back. No, man.
And know what's crazy too? What these guys are riding, these boards are so fucking heavy. And,
Oh my
and a
God,
lot of
yeah.
kids got so many complaints. Oh, the board's too heavy, and the concave, and all this shit. The wheels are too big, and you got all this crazy stuff. And look at these tricks these dudes is doing on these boards. And now you see the kids now trying to repeat the stuff. And kids are starting to ride bigger boards now too.
Yeah.
Again.
Well, I mean, for a while, it got to, like, I don't care what anyone says. Like, don't get me wrong. Like, 92, 93 was dope-ass era. But then the wheels, the board started to get smaller, and the wheels got, like bearing covers and that shit.
They made the truck bolt smaller.
Yeah, but then the wheels.
So you couldn't fit old trucks on the new boards.
The real small wheels, they sold them in a 6-pack because they knew you were going to wear them out in about 35 seconds.
Yeah, that shit. Remember that shit? The 6-pack, real small wheels.
Like,
Yeah, the 6-pack.
that shit was terrible. Yo, it was such a bad look too because, be honest, back then your pants was too baggy. You had a chain wallet. You knew you were going to die when you hung up on some shit with.
Yep.
Like it was. That's why I laugh. People like, oh, Jinkos are back. I'm like, don't do that. Don't. She was not good then.
Do that shit. That shit is not cool. That shit is not cool.
Yo, I remember my boy Joel fucking rollerblade New Haven, got himself caught up in his chains and fell forward, yo. Tyrone face planted himself into the curb.
Oh,
I'm talking
shit.
like, I'm like, stitch it, the whole nine, like, fuck his whole face. I think it was Joel. But I remember he jumping off something and caught himself up in his chains and just.
But now the motherfuckers get. And you know where that chain shit came from, right?
Yeah.
You know, you remember?
Yeah.
Ain't nobody was wearing them chain wallets until they saw Matt Hensley doing that shit and Shackle Me Not.
Yep.
And then that shit just went from there. Because the skaters brung that shit to the rave scene. The skaters brung that to the rave scene.
Yep.
And then all the ravers started doing it. Wearing the big long ass motherfucking chains. I remember me and Jay Grant, we used to go get the chains from the
hardware store and shit. Yeah, I remember.
We used to get the mailman chain. I used to call them the mailman chains. It's the chains the mailman used to, where the fuck, the mailman used to have that shit on their pants, I think. It was gold. It was like a gold link. It looked like a gold chain and shit.
I remember I had one at one point. I think I had like 3 chains coming off my wallet. Like it was like.
Yep. Matt Hensley was the one that brung that shit out.
Yep. Yo,
there was nobody knocking that shit until they saw Shackle Me Not.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, we got to review those ones later because that ollieing over that damn ladder.
Yo, that's why Ian was like, "Yo, you ain't shit if you don't fucking review motherfucker Ray Simmons and shit." Was that Ray? Yeah, Yeah. Ray Simmons doing that big ass motherfucker ollie over the fucking ladder. Remember that shit? What the fuck I'm doing here? You remember he did the big ass ollie? God damn it! I done missed my goddamn part. Wait, hold on.
I thought that was Jensen.
Oh, your boy's coming up next after this shit.
Somebody's Matt who? Matt Hensley. You seen him? Oh yeah, I think he was.
Oh, he's on his way to the store. That just proves how many times we don't watch that shit.
Yep. Oh yeah.
I can recite all these videos word for word.
He went over to that band Flagga Molly. They still going, so good for him, man.
Oh, he in a different band now. Wait, no. I think he's still in the band. He's out of or he's sponsored, or it might be his clothing company called Kingston. I just saw the ad the other day online. Because I know he was wasn't there a company, Ennies or some shit like that?
Who?
Matt Hensley.
He was in Flagga Molly.
Yeah. But I saw him in a clothing company ad the other day.
Oh, you know what?
Called Kingston Clothing or some shit. Yep.
Sounds like some like fucking old school like skinhead Jamaican shit.
Yep.
I can see that. That would fit.
Juan Allen, that dude. I don't care what I say, yo. Oh, there you go, your boy, yo.
Bill Danforth? Motherfucker was motherfucker's nice.
Oh, Mongo footer and shit.
Yep. Your motherfucker. That motherfucker's nice. Yeah.
That motherfucker come out with a boneless out of nowhere and shit.
Shit. I'd like to scare that motherfucker now. Shit.
Yep. That motherfucker did a boneless.
You saw the double board. Yeah.
Yeah. Yo, wait. Check this out. Wait. I gotta pause it in the right spot. Look. Wait. Shit. Wait, I gotta back this up. I gotta show something to all you guys. Look. God damn it. Look at that tail. You see the tail?
Yeah.
The V tail.
V-shape.
The V-shaped tail. What y'all young kids know about that shit? The Alva boy is having the V tail.
Yep.
So when you don't get razor tail and shit on your skateboard, you know how your board get the Gumby?
Yep.
And shit, you ain't get no Gumby on this motherfucker. It always wear from the center.
Yep.
Because you had the V tail.
You had the V tail. That's true.
Yup.
Is that an Aaron Murray board? Look at the sides of it.
I know that might be an Aaron Murray. The way it's shaped, where it looked.
The fingers. Ian had that shit.
Yep. Yeah, that could be an Aaron Murray. That could be.
Oh.
You know that's in Texas.
Yeah, Texas has some. I mean, look, I got a lot of friends out in San Antonio and shit. Fucking some good skaters out there, man. Back in the,
You remember this contest? This was at the San Francisco Town Hall, City Hall, or whatever. This is like probably no, it can't be 1990 because the video was made in '89. So probably like '88, some shit like that.
So that was what that's yeah, because that was about the time when we fucking put in the skate club at Worcester.
Yup. Remember
Was
Skate Club? Skate Club was corny as shit.
It was.
We had one launch ramp and shit. That motherfucker, we just thankful that motherfucker working there.
We always had good sessions afterwards. Like you'd meet there and then leave from there and go have a real session.
Yep. Yeah, that's where we met Mark Leone. We met
Sean Keenan.
Yep, Sean Keenan, Mike Masisco,
Jesse Burke.
Yep, Jesse Burke. I remember Jesse was doing wall. We had that big ass wall ramp. I don't know who brought that shit.
Actually wall rides and shit. Yep.
That shit was too big for my ass to skate and shit. That shit was crazy.
I still remember one of the first times I was at Mark Leone's house and shit, because Cries was there. Sean was there. I forgot who else was there. But I just remember Sean doing his front side, like just ollie front side air, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in the air, like he was a good 2-3 feet up.
Yeah.
He was laid back, all smooth, and I was just like, damn, dude.
Yeah, Sean Keenan was good as fuck,
Yeah, he
Sean
was.
Keenan was mad good. Yeah, I remember him doing indie grass saran wraps at John Martinez's house.
Oh shit! Yeah, John.
He was doing it over the garbage can. Like there was ollie in the garbage can knocked over, like the garbage can on the side. He was doing indie grass saran wraps over that motherfucker. Who doing that shit?
I remember John Martinez used to be able to do Chinese ollies into fucking like melon. And I mean like sweep the fuck up, like plop, he's up like how'd you just Chinese ollie 3 feet up, motherfucker?
Yo, he did, yo. He really did.
Yeah,
you know, I walked down that street the other day and in the Chinese ollie spot, it don't really look like it looked like back in the day. I guess because of like the climate and weather and shit, you know, the sidewalk changes after a while and shit. It don't got that big gap like it had before.
He
hit that shit with his wheels and pop up at least 1.5 foot up off that motherfucker.
Yeah, like
you'd be like, yeah, damn, how the fuck you
suck that shit up mad high? I was like, how you?
The picnic tables by Sterling House are still there. The picnic tables are still there. They changed that whole shit. It's kind of dope to skate back there now and shit. They got some, like, they redesigned it a little bit. The gazebo and all that shit's still there. But the picnic tables are like on the grass. But I look at the picnic tables today, I'm like, this motherfucker was ollieing on top of this motherfucker. He was doing melon grab on top of the motherfucker and melon grab off.
I remember wanting that apartment because it was like it went from John Martinez to Jay Grant.
Yep.
I was like, I always want that building. Like, yo, if I ever win a lotto, I'm buying that building so it's always a skateboarder that owns it. Like, you know, what I mean? Like,
yep. I was walking by there the other day. And I was saying the same shit. I was like, shit, I wish I lived this one. We should have kept this shit going and shit. Just skated old apartments.
I remember, like, I met John Martinez because I was coming back from the bar one day. He's like, you want to come skate? And they just walked outside and saw me and shit. And I was like, all of a sudden I was surrounded by all these dudes. I'm like, well, hold on, let me go check my dad and shit. And they're like, and I remember I came back and was skating. He's like, you thought we were going to jump you. I was like, man, I wasn't sure. I was like, but I figured, like, fuck it. I get jumped. I was like, but if not, I'm going to go to skate.
Yeah, because he had a gang of motherfuckers. He had a crew of motherfuckers and shit.
Yeah, you had John. You had Chris.
Chris was the short one. Then the big tall one, I heard he went into the military. Yep. The last one I seen out of all of them was Chris. I seen him at the arcade mall.
John had a sister too.
A long time ago.
I remember John's sister was like a year behind me in school and shit. I forgot her name.
I forgot about her. Yeah, I forgot her name too.
Yeah.
Yep.
She was cute and shit.
Yeah. Yep. Wow. Yeah, I forgot he had a sister and shit. Yep. I wonder where the motherfuckers is at, yo. I really do.
Dude, there's so many dudes. Like I was saying, like, you know what? I hope motherfuckers stumble on this shit and just like fucking get a hold. Like, yo, man, if you stumble on this shit, know who the fuck we are. Fucking, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, hell yeah, hell yeah.
Because you got like even later on, because like Stratford got so many kids that skate throughout the years, and then like even BMX and the whole nine. Like later on, Halverson and Herbie and all them dudes, and you know Dennis and Shane and fucking Matt. and Victor and like, you know what I mean? Like there's a big community. It's just that it's always like half of it lives all over the fucking country now and shit.
Yeah, that too, and a lot of them didn't stay with it. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
Some of them, when they got old enough to drive, they gave this shit up. But somehow, some way, usually they all come back to it for like a little bit and stuff. Yep.
Well, some of us like, I mean, I skate and then I got to take time off because I'm, swelling the fuck up, knees looking like the purple basketballs and shit.
And Tony Kamanica just passed this stuff last year and shit.
Oh yeah, Madball.
They took away his little spot where he used to do the Melancholies at the Stratford High, the parking garage.
Yep.
I ollie off the edge of that over the bushes onto the sidewalk. He did a melon grab over the bushes and shit and everything and shit. And they put sticks there.
I remember Nick ollieing over that one time and hit so hard like his shoes came off or some shit.
Yeah, Nick was always good for some bullshit like that.
But I'm
broke his ankle.
I don't care what anyone says though, because Nick at top of Nick's game was a beast.
Yeah. Yep.
Like that's what no one can hold that on that dude. I don't care what anybody says.
Yep, for sure.
Like he was a beast, and dudes like
they hated him.
There's certain kids, I'm not going to say names, but I think they just took advantage of him and shit. I'm going to leave it like that.
Yep.
And the fact was...
Since you said I was going to say some names, but since you said I ain't going to say no names, I'm just going to leave it at that.
Nah, I'm going to leave it at that.
I get on my hand, I'll let him tell. It's shit. I ain't going to tell. And the industry be fucked up on that shit. The industry be fucked up.
Your video parts, you're welcome.
Yep.
You're welcome, Nick. Go. Yep. Those of us that know really know.
Yep, that really know. Yep.
Shout out to Nick.
They straight hated on that motherfucker, yo. Did him dirty. Yep.
Fucking
for sure.
I remember, dude, nights like just him fucking cruising up to fucking like West Haven to skate that bank to fucking the guardrail.
Oh shit!
On the side of Route 1, like, it's just man, it's some good times. A lot of times at the playground. I learned so much that summer. Like that year it was just.
I remember Nick, who used to drop in by the Yale Hospital shit, by where the Coliseum was. Yep. It was like a ski jump. It was like an Olympic ski jump. That motherfucker dropped in on that shit, and that shit spit your ass out. Like, you literally like 15 feet in the air or some shit.
Yeah, I was just thinking. I went to look this shit up. Do you remember skating by the Coliseum when I bumped into somebody and knocked them over in front of the tour bus?
Wait. You're not talking, was that the Anthrax? The motherfuckers... Was that?
No.
I mean, we saw the motherfuckers from Anthrax skating one time.
That was fun.
I don't know. You motherfucker off my shit. All right.
No, it was. I remember we were skating New Haven, and I remember the dudes came out of the Coliseum side. I like, oh shit! And I took my head down like this and knocked the dude over. And also I look, and all these dudes went to grab me and shit. So I started skating mad fast. And then we were trying to figure out who the fuck it was because they had a tour bus and shit. And I was like, and I remember you being like, yo, did you just knock over MC Hammer? I'm like, oh shit, I don't think so, but I don't want to get away. Because I remember they had mass security and shit. I was like, oh, I'm skating on the street like, I forgot who was with me. Who else was there? I know you were there. I want to say because we went by it, and then I think we ended up going like 10 times dope and some other shit.
I do remember some shit like that. I do remember that. I remember a tour bus. And we skating and stuff. Now we talk about, that's a lot of years. That's many moons and many suns.
Many moons ago.
Many other things too.
Yo, for real.
Yo, but the rail slide curb in New Haven. Wasn't that in front of, if I'm not mistaken, we were skating in front of the Skull and Bones Society.
Maybe. That's, yeah.
It was right across the street. the Skull and Bones shit was right across the street.
Probably.
If not right there. But that was the dopest rail slide curve ever. Dude, we used to slide like goddamn 30 goddamn feet.
Yeah, it was. You could get a lot of speed on that shit too.
Gadget do that shit, come out fakey like it was nothing.
Yep.
Imagine we gotta get Gadget on here. We definitely gotta get Gadget on here. Remember Gadget out in garbage cans in the park downtown New Haven?
Yep.
That motherfucker when he hit his tail.
Yeah.
Just glide over the shit without even hitting his tail. Just glide over the trash can. Speaking of trash cans, too, Desmond Campbell just passed away. Did I tell you that?
Oh shit, for real?
Yeah, he passed away New Year's. He died on New Year's. Yup. He was the first one to teach me how to ollie. I had to let him borrow the Gleam, not Gleam, what I'm saying, Gleam the Cube. Animal Chin video. I had to let him borrow the Animal Chin video, and he showed me how to ollie. That was the deal. And I only could get as far as ollieing, but my back foot not landing on the board. And I remember we was out in front of the house, and this motherfucker ollied out of the driveway of my neighbors over the trash can when he had the Hasoi board, the large Hasoi, like the big Hasoi joint, not the mini. He had the big Hasoi joint with the Bam wheels and the Tracker Ultralight trucks, which is the worst truck.
I forgot about the Bams.
Yup, the Bam wheels. Yup.
Damn, I forgot about that shit.
Yup.
That's crazy that you remember that shit. I forgot about them wheels.
Yup. Yup. Yeah, man, those are the days, yo.
Yo, Desmond whooped my ass on that fucking Halloween. Rest in peace. I'm not, no harm, no foul now and shit. But I remember that ass whooping. I went to get up and he like fucking ran up and soccer kicked my ass. I was like, fuck.
Yeah, that's no. I'm kind of mad he never kept skateboarding, but he was definitely like the most influential in skateboarding. Like I never really got to really session with him like that because he got in and out of it, but he was good while he was in it. Like him and Matt Balby. Remember they had the quarter pipe? That's when I first learned to ride. I didn't learn to ride a quarter pipe. I bust my whole shit open on it. I went up and the board just shot out underneath me coming down and shit. And I bust my whole grill. And from there, like I was good with rails. I was like, I don't need to do this shit. I'm a straight skater.
You know what's funny? I was thinking about that the other day because like we got to the point later with the rails, like you have it on top, balanced on top of one cinder block, and halfway another one. I remember being able to like slide up and over and the whole nine, like it was nothing. I'm looking at it now, I'm like, how the hell I just not bust my fucking shins on this damn cinder block?
Yep.
And how did I keep the cinder block from not tipping over?
Yeah.
And I was like, oh yeah, because I was like 30 pounds.
That too. That too. All right, let's get to the rest of this goddamn video so we get the hell on out of here. We long-winded as a motherfucker. We gotta work on this shit. Damn. Well, here we go with that vert ramp shit. Oh, we can skip over this motherfucker.
My favorite skater in the entire world. And not just one of my best friends.
You been here, Jonas. That's Baldy Pipeline, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
I got pictures of Baldy from.
You still got those pictures?
Yeah, I think I do.
I remember that shit.
Yeah, my friend took him for me when he went out there and shit because he was like, we were in the service. He was like, yo, hold on. Because I'm going home on leave because I'll bring back some pictures. And he grabbed some pictures inside Baldy and shit because he skated. He was an old school skateboarder from back then.
I wonder if that shit's still there.
I'm sure it's still there. Motherfucker, they got videos going up of it now.
We gotta start doing road trips.
Yeah. I'm actually, it's kind of funny you said that because my son was saying about how he was just starting and shit. I'm like, there's so many places to go.
Yo, this is the part. We got the big mailbox on top of the pole. funny as hell, yo. This is dope. The 80s bitches and shit. That was the shit.
Don't even get me started. Oh, man.
Oh, I love that trick, yo. That fakey ollie nose pick, like over the curb and shit.
Yep. There was definitely like
Sean Sheffy grind that rail later on in the Took Soldier story.
Yep.
That's the same rail he grinded.
Yeah, it is too. That's just mad high looking too.
Hell yeah. That shit high as fuck. That shit way over waist height.
Yeah.
Yo, who was those two dudes that... Oh, shit. Hold on one second.
The caveman slides? What's
Nah, give me one second. What I was gonna say. Remember that day, what was his name? What's his name? Rick? They were older skaters. They were older than all the other older skaters. Kurt. That was his name, Kurt. His name was Kurt. And he went into the military or something, but he came back around and he watched his skate. Cause like when he knew us, we were just starting. Cause we met him and his boy. His boy looked like he was blind in one eye or something.
Oh,
he used to look like Kepi Mays, the BMX Kepi. He used to look like him.
Oh fuck! What was that kid's? Yeah, dude. Yeah, it was Kurt.
Kurt, and there was the other dude. And I think he used to BMX too. He used to ride like he used to look like one of the CW motherfuckers that rode CW bikes, all like heavy metal and shit, all glam heavy metal.
You know who would know? You know who I bet would know that motherfucker? I bet Gombos would know him.
You think so?
He running Trouble Track and shit now.
Oh yeah, I seen that.
I bet he'll know. I bet he'll know because that motherfucker knows automobile BMX dudes and skating dudes. He knows automobile.
Kurt, he saw us right, and we went to Stratford High, and this is the first time. This is probably like one of my first tricks I ever landed on the fucking rail and shit. On the rail in the back parking lot, I did a 180 fakey nose grind on that motherfucker and landed that shit, and it was like, oh shit! Like these motherfuckers got mad good. For the last time he saw us, that motherfucker's face, I'll never forget his face. They were just like, oh shit. I just went up like, and this is like when he came out.
I do remember that dude now.
His name was Kurt. He was like one of them California surfer type, like,
yeah.
Like a motherfucker from the Valley and Thrasher.
Yep. Yeah, he would have been like he would have been fighting either like with the fucking the Rambo.
Yeah, he like one of them Green the Cube motherfuckers and shit.
Yep.
He's like old surfer dude and shit, like, yup. And he saw we was like, God damn. I was doing the Ollie, remember the Ollie Impossibles over the what you call it? Over the gap out of the parking lot and shit.
Yeah.
That was back in those days. That was my prime right there. Shit. This is when I was riding the Mike Valley Barnyard deck.
Yeah, I remember that deck.
I was ill as fuck when I had that Barnyard board. You remember I ollied all them decks in your driveway and shit?
I wish I had when I got out of when I was in the service. Yo, I'm gonna have to remind myself to post some shit because I got some friends from the service that skate with me and shit. Fuck, get them on here and shit. But we had done I had a high 8 camera from when I was living in Germany. And I ollied over, we were stacking boards one day, like, side, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And it was a day after I got my back tattooed. So my back is still, the one I got in the middle, the guy in the May. So it was raw as fuck. and I cleared like 5, and then fell on that shit. And I'm rolling on the ground like a fucking dying bug and shit. God, man, but I lost that camera, which sucks. There was so much footage. I had footage from all over Europe on that shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
Yup.
And the thing is, I don't know if I lost that shit at my parents' house, in which case it's gone because they would have found the high 8s by now. They're in Colorado shit now. Fuck, you know.
They store this video. What the fuck?
You know what it is? Right after this point here, like just like the next year or two is like when I first started high school and shit. Because this is like junior high.
Yeah.
And 91 is when I started high school.
Yep.
And that's when like all the alternatives, like the girls.
Yeah. Yep. This motherfucker doing fish rides. You can't do that shit now. You gotta have some big wheels to do a fish ride. Now they hung up in that.
Yeah, you ain't doing that shit with little wheels. You need to
hell no.
Yo, I remember Ian had the big ass T-bones back in the day. The motherfucker was like that tall.
Yep.
Like you could roll over small children with them things. It'd be like
hell yeah, for sure. For sure. For sure.
And it was always crazy because you remember the hill he lived on Judah Terrace? Like you wasn't making that whole hill. You had to stop. You had to slide. You were gonna you if you didn't start sliding down near the bottom, you didn't have time to turn. You're gonna go right over that fence. You're going over an 8-foot wall. You're done.
Yep.
You're dead.
Yep.
And he had some big ass wheels.
Did this motherfucker just do a laid back blunt slide? This motherfucker just did a laid back blunt, yo. This motherfucker just did a laid back blunt slide.
Yeah, he did. Kickflip with body burial.
That shit was crazy. He did a laid back blunt on a curb.
Girls, when you get outside, do it. Like, put whatever you got into it. Get in there.
I remember this part.
We all come from the womb. You're going back to the womb. Skateboard through this bitch. Look out. There I come. Look out, fool.
Like, where can you even find shit like this?
Well, I had a spot similar. We had a spot when I was at Fort Polk it was a giant drainage ditch like this.
Closest we got to this was Wallows. Our version of Wallows. That was the closest we ever got to this ever.
Well, we had the whistle ditch it was all right for what it was. You could snake it.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. That's Wallows. That's what we call.
Yeah.
Is that what we call Wallows? The whistle ditch. But they just disrespected that shit. You see that now? They got a bunch of logs and everything all over that spot. That shit's long gone. It's there. It's still there, but it's covered up with this like debris. Like I guess like when they like clear up all the logs from stores, like from storms and stuff, they dump all the shit there.
What was that? What was that place anyway? I don't even remember. I remember
it was some kind of factory. What they made there, I don't know. But that thing was in the back for the trucks to turn around. I think they made that so the tractor trailers could turn around and come out.
It's funny because there's a bunch of shit like that at Stratford. I'm like, I don't know what this place actually does. Like, you grew up here, but don't mean I know what they do.
Yeah.
Like, you be skating at some ditch, like, I don't know what it is. It's a fucking ditch.
Yup.
And then you had that one that was near, it was too steep to really skate it, really. That was on Barnum Avenue next to, like, the Burlington Coat Factory. Between there and the that building that. Used to be like the newspaper or some shit.
All right, what we got? What else we got? I think that's about all I wanted.
Yo, you got to get, when we do Shackle Me Not or Hocus Pocus, you got to get Ian's fat ass on this.
Yup.
I can't even
call him up, but like he still got that damn clickety clack fucking phone and shit. that fucking he still got a flip phone. I don't know
He
what
still
the
got the
hell.
flip phone.
Yo, bro, still got a flip phone, yo.
Yo, God bless that. Yo, for real.
And he don't give a fuck, yo. He don't care.
Fuck.
I'm like, bro, I can't even send you a picture, bro.
Yo, because like between him, there's other dudes that we don't get down here from like serve some of like the later like yo, we get to do 5-borough shit and then get Tato on because motherfuckers still like yo, I know you ain't doing shit, motherfucker. Like she's on vacation with his family right now, I think, but you know what I'm saying, like.
Yeah, that's crazy, man. Yeah, he still got the damn flip phone. I told him about the video.
Tell him, Bill.
Wait, this is what we can do. Oh, damn. Oh, the slam section.
Hey, this is kind of fun.
Yeah.
Oh. That wasn't very bad.
Shit.
That's the worst.
Girl, anything. What do you want?
Fix him up, would you, Beatrice?
Don't you? Hey. You better quit bugging me, Mouse. Buttlick. I'll bug you all I want. I feed you your cheeseburgers.
Yeah, bro, and penny.
Happy cheeseburger.
Wise guy, huh? Don't do it. Don't do it. Hey, you guys.
Those hurt.
That's a wrist breaker right there. You're just
Yup. Damn.
Hey, Murph, it's your turn.
Oh, Mercer, old man now, though. He don't know nothing like he did back then. I saw a video the other day, a recent video with Jim Murphy. Like, he an old man now.
well, there's a bunch of like not that long ago, the fucking Danforth was in some shit that my boy posted. There was because I think he skates for Anchor Skate Supply, one of the motherfuckers.
Yeah.
And I was like, yo, I didn't realize how old that dude looked. You know what I mean? I'm looking great myself and shit, but if you know what I mean. He's saying like, yo, we can get Ralph Murphy on this motherfucker. I know Ralphie will do this shit because he's still rocking. He's putting Dairy Skate Park together right now and shit.
Okay. Sick.
Yeah, I can get him on this. I know I'll get him on this.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, we get some people. Shit, get Johnson House on this ass. Like, yo,
Yeah, I talked to Johnson House the other day. He lives in Ohio now.
Yeah.
He moved to Ohio. He's still skating and stuff. Oh, shit.
Yeah, Johnson House ain't quitting. That motherfucker, like, dude, he's like us. He ain't until that motherfucker physically can't skate, he's not stopping.
Yep. But let me wrap it up. I got to make this phone call, important phone call and stuff.
All right, yo.
I thank everybody that viewed, even though we were struggle streaming, but it's going to get better.
Yeah. This is the first, I didn't realize I was starting until like just now, so.
Yep. So we're going to get it popping. So this is our
first
first live stream out the way. There's going to be plenty more. I don't know. Check us out next time. Make sure like, share, and subscribe. Like, share, and subscribe. If not, I'll be cussing your asses out. All right? So with that, yo, we skate Jones and we up out of here, y'all. Peace.
Peace.